Good morning, students. I wish you all are fit and staying nicely at home, doing your regular studies even. You are, I think, waiting for your response of last test, but that will be sent to you whenever I have sort out with this problem of networking, right? I'm trying my best to return it fast to you. So already we are done with chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. Chapter number 1, real numbers, and chapter 2, polynomial, we have discussed. And now we are moving to another chapter, chapter 15. I was looking forward for having a classroom face to face interaction when the next chapter starts, but unfortunately we have to start it like this only. So I have selected this chapter as one of the very short and easiest. Okay. So, probability, chapter number 15. This chapter is important from examination point of view. This is, I must say, is the base of probability of class plus 1 and plus 2. If you will continue with the maths in plus 1 and plus 2, you will definitely find this chapter there. Okay. So, I be requesting you all to be very careful before you start this or before you are studying this concept. First, what is probability? The probability is measurement of uncertainty. When the things are uncertain, what do you mean by uncertain? It will happen or it will not happen. You know, when we toss a coin, okay, it will come back to the earth. It is certain, right? But it will give you head up or tail up. It is not certain. Okay, head will come up or tail will come up. This is not certain, but the coin will back to the earth, that is certain. Clear? Secondly, one another example, whenever there are clouds in the sky, what we used to say, it may rain today. One of the most famous example, it may rain today. It may be or it may not be. Rain could be there or it may not be rain, right? So, this type of things are uncertain, right? Okay, we just can predict on our experiences. On the basis of our experience, we can predict, but we are not sure. Okay, then the things are said to be uncertain, and measuring that uncertainty is known as probability, right? Let's talk about experimental probability. This will try to understand through an example which you have done in your last class, might be you remember. We toss a coin for 1000 times. Head comes up for 455 times and tail comes up for 545 times. Clear? Now, on this experiment, what we have done? We have done experiment with the coin and we have tossed it, we have checked it for 1000 times, right? On the experience or this experiment, what can we conclude? What will be the probability of head coming up? 455 upon 1000, that is 0.455. And what will be the probability of tail? 545 upon 1000, 0.545, right? Why? Because we have observed 1000 cases, and from those 1000 cases we can share this probability, or we can conclude the probability of head and probability of tail. Okay, these answers are based upon our experiment. Okay, this is known as experimental probability. And the researchers says as we increase the number of tosses, like in this experiment only, now 1000 experiments and 1000 time toss 455, 545. It will be 2000 time, this number will increase and this number, right? Okay, as we do, they are talking about, you can check your NCERT, if you are doing, some mathematician has done it for 24,000 time, and what he has concluded, the number of chances that head comes were 12,455 and tail comes was like 11,645 around. Clear? It means what? As we increase the number of tosses, right, then what happens? The probability of both the outcomes goes closer to 0.5. This is almost close to 0.5, right? But as many as we increase the experiment or the tosses, what we get? The outcome close to 0.5, half you can say, percentage or probability, right? On the basis of that, what we conclude, then when the coin is tossed once, there are 50% chances or half chances that head comes, or half chances the tail comes, right? Again listen, when we toss a single coin, what we conclude? Then probability of head is half, probability of tail is 1 by 2. What it is? This is theoretical approach. Okay, on the basis of this experiment and increasing the number of experiment, what conclusion we have drawn? As we increase the number of experiments, the probability get closer to 1 or 0.5, half, right? So this is known as theoretical approach. Clear? So on behalf of this, probabilities formula is number of favorable outcomes upon number of total outcome of an experiment. Clear? This you are well known with this formula, right? Next we have probability of an event lies between 0 and 1. Okay, whenever you will calculate any answer of any question of probability, what you will find out? The probability is either 1 or it is, yes, 0, or it is in between 0 and 1. Clear? So this expression is very important, note it down. Probability lies between probability of any experience event, you can say this E is known as event. Clear? 0 and 1. Sum of probabilities of all the outcome is always 1. If we add probability of head plus probability of tail, what we get? We get 1 as our total probability, sum of probabilities. Okay. Now probability of an experiment or event plus probability of its not, E bar is E naught, is always 1. Let's take another example. If I win, I go for a match, okay, I win this or I lose it or do not win, chances are 1. Clear? Okay, this E bar is known as complementary event. Complement, E is the complement of E bar is the complement of E. Clear? Now equally likely outcomes. What type of outcomes are known as equally likely? in which there are equal chances, okay, of every outcome. In the case of dice, you can say if we have a single dice, then what is the probability of getting 1? 1 by 6. What is the probability of getting 2? 2 by 1 by 6, right? What is the probability of getting 3? 1 by 6. So, this is known as equally likely outcome. Same in the case of coin. If we have a coin and we are tossing, what are the chances for head? 1 by 2. Total outcomes are 2, head and tail. And what are the chances for tail? 1 by 2. Okay. So, is in this type of event where there are equally likely chances is known as unbiased coin. Clear? One question is there in the NCERT. They are asking why tossing of coin is selected as a medium to start a match. In cricket match, why we use coin? Because coin is known as unbiased mean. Okay, because there are equally likely chances that who will bat first and who will ball first. Okay, whoever wins the toss can select whether they wish for bat or ball first. Clear? So, this is known as unbiased coin. Coin is unbiased and equally likely outcomes. Now, sure event. What is a sure event? Sure event means in which the things are certain to happen, the sure to happen. If I have a bag of red balls, what is the probability that I put a hand into it and I come with one red ball? Total chances, because there are only red balls in the bag. Okay, if I want to pick up one red ball, what are the chances then red ball comes out? Total chances are there. Okay, right? So, probability of a sure event is always 1. Clear? Impossible event. In case of impossible event, probability is 0. Same example we consider, if I have a bag in which red balls are kept. If I want white ball to come out, there are no chances. Okay, how a white ball can come out when there are only red balls? Okay, so probability of getting a white ball out will be equals to 0. Okay, this type of event is known as impossible event. Clear? And the probability remains 0 there. I hope you understand the concept. Now I'm sending you one worksheet, okay, and just 1 mark question, MCQ type of questions are there. You try those are based upon the concept only. Okay, all the very best and have a nice day.